Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. You can all have your seats.
It's the final day of Trey Wright's trial.
The defense will call Trey Wright to the stand.
Mr. Wright, if you'll come on up.
He is the only witness for the defense.
And if you'll come right here before the clerk and raise your right hand.
To have any chance of acquittal, he must convince the jury that he and his cousin Bryant weren't at the house to commit a robbery.
It's all about the jury. They want to hear from the guy. And I tell my clients, it's their decision. They don't have to testify, but he'd rather roll the dice and take his chances. If he comes across as sincere and telling the truth, and if they like him and believe him, they're going to walk him.
Mr. Wright, did you know the decedent in this case, Bryant Collier?
Yes, I did.
What was your relationship with him?
He was my cousin, my best friend.
Now, did you and your cousin actually see Abdul Rosenjay at a party or a barbecue the night before?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you and Bryant make plans to come and see Abdul later on that morning?
Yes.
So he knew you were coming?
Yes.
When you walked into that apartment, what was your plan?
To smoke weed and possibly trade or sell a rifle.
He wanted the rifle?
Yes, ma'am.
He was going to give you cash or marijuana?
He was reluctant to give me cash for it. He preferred to give me marijuana for it.
Okay.
And as I'm checking out the weed, I hear the bullet become loaded in the chamber. And I turn around and I see him, he's pointing at us. And he's like, y'all dead now. This is basically mine, this is mine. And so I look at Bryant and he's kind of confused. I turn my attention back to Mo, and I'm like, I take a step towards him, and that's when he hit me with the rifle. And we start wrestling for the gun. As I'm wrestling, I hear the door behind me kind of just burst open, and I see a gun, and then I just hear shots and I feel shots. And the first shot that I feel hits me in my shoulder. And then just remember falling, hearing more shots, and then it went silent.
Mr. Wright, did you shoot anyone?
No, ma'am.
Did you intend for anyone to be shot?
No, ma'am.
Did you rob anyone?
No, ma'am.
Did you kill Bryant Collier?
No, ma'am.
No further questions, Your Honor.
If Trey Wright, as he spoke with you, if you believe that that is plausible, possible, that could have happened, that's reasonable doubt. I submit to you that Trey Wright is not guilty of these charges.
Every life has value. This is how Bryant Collier was left. He ends up deceased because during a violent crime such as a robbery, bad things happen. He's guilty of burglary and being armed while burglarizing that residence, and he's guilty by virtue of being one of the robbers of the death, the second-degree felony murder of Bryant Collier. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I too want to thank you for your time and attention. Your duty is to determine if the defendant has been proven guilty or not in accord with the law. It's my job to determine a proper sentence if the defendant is ultimately found guilty.
You do your very best. You fight with tooth and nail every step of the way, and then you just let it unfold. If you've got somebody that you really believe is innocent, it's very scary.
We charge felony murder because somebody has to be held accountable when someone dies a violent death. Our ultimate goal is to do justice.